Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Well, it is June as of the recording date of this video, and I'm hoping to get it up in June. But we are going to be working with the stamp of the month for June. This is called Botanical Shadows, and I'm showing it to you out of the catalog because this, of course, is a better image than looking at the stamp set. Today's card is going to be my variation of this one, and it is what I am interpreting that they did to make that card. I am going to use some Distress Oxides. We have Fossilized Amber, Broken China, and I do have my little ink blender tools here with the little foamy pads. I have the sentiment mounted, and I'm going to use black ink. Probably not the most efficient ink to do, but it is the one I am using. I do have some watercolor paper because I am going to add some splatters, and then I have a piece of black and a card base. And first thing we need to do is I'm going to grab a piece of scratch paper and do my ink blending. And well, we can get all of these open. So I'm just gonna start here, and I think I'm gonna use the smoother side. This is the Ranger watercolor paper, and I'm only using it because I want to add a little water splatter to this. And you can do this with any of the colors of Distress Oxides. You can probably even do this if you're patient blending with regular inks. Okay, so then here we have some Broken China, and hold on. I'm gonna just grab a Post-it note to hang on to that so my fingers don't get all inky, but I need to hold it so it doesn't wiggle around. I love the Distress Oxides. I do believe that they will not be carrying over into the new catalog, but they are still a great, fun product, and I love them, and so I will continue to use them. I just think they blend beautifully, and I am going over the middle here, so I'm kind of blending into the Fossilized Amber. And that creates almost a little bit of a green area because, of course, blue and yellow make green. And I am going to come back in with some more of the Fossilized Amber and draw that down into that kind of crossover section. So you get 3 colors for one when you do this. And I'm going to call that good enough. I'm going to do this way, and I'm going to take my Distress sprayer. You can use whatever you have, and I'm going to just do a bunch of water on there, and grab a rag. Sorry, I had to run off to get my rag. This is just a old microfiber rag. And keep in mind that whatever you're using to sop up that ink has a pattern to it, and it will contribute to what you're doing. There we go. Now, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. And I'm bringing in my Oldie Moldy Misty that I've had for many, many years, because I am using this long image here, and I want to be able to reapply ink if I need to. So I'm going to pull these out of the way, and hopefully this is in the camera and you can see it. And I do have one of these little, you can buy these accessory tools, and I did get the little angles because if you bump this over into the corner, this will not stamp all the way. It can't reach into that corner, so that's why I have the image or my little piece of paper here pulled away. And I do believe this is 3 3/4 by, maybe I should measure this. Yeah, this is 5, yeah, by 3 3/4. So I'm going to ink up. In fact, I'm going to scooch it over so I can lay this down and ink it up. I'm just punching it on here. And then I'm going to give it a close. And I can see already that I've got some spots that the ink wasn't very solid. If I pull it up carefully, it should stay. It's stamping a little bit crooked, but I can do a little trimming and it should fix that right up. And I'm going to give it another go. Oh, and I'm quite pleased with that. The other thing we need to do is stamp our sentiment on here. So I'm going to use that same black ink, and I'm just going to go down. I'm going to let it sit there for a little bit. Don't want to push too aggressively because this is a thin lined image, and if you push too hard, it smushes it out all over the place. Okay, so you can see here, that looks pretty good. I am going to grab my trimmer and I'm going to trim this up. Hopefully this is dry enough to slide under here without making a mess. And I'm just gonna scoot it down a little bit. Okay, so then I'm gonna have to do just probably a slight adjustment of this one. Yep, just a little bit. And that's what we can do with paper. You can just adjust it to work with what you've got going on. So I'm going to take this black. This black paper is 5 1/4 by just under 4 inches now because I did a little trimmeroo on it. So we'll get that centered eyeball. And I am going to put a little extra because I put that water on. Even though it's a watercolor, it can be a little warpy. So a little extra adhesive helps keep it in place. And then clear shimmer brush. I'm just going to tap a little on there and it'll add just a hint of sparkle, which I love. It's my favorite. And that's it. That's the card. That is my version of the June 2023 Stamp of the Month. You can get the Stamp of the Month for $5 with a qualifying $50 purchase here in the United States. Would love for you to go to barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, boy, I would sure love to have you here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed, crafty day. I'll see you next time.